We're joined by Victorian farmer Jason Barrett here on Flow FM. Jason, there's the VNI West transmission line project. You're right in the firing line, I understand.
That's right, Ricky. I'm right in the middle of this pink blob that AEMO have put out for this proposed power line. And it really concerns me about the effect it is going to have on not only me, but my community.
Now, just give us a bit of background exactly where your farming enterprise is. I gather you're somewhere in the St Arnaud region.
We farm on a family farm, sixth-generation farmer between St Arnaud and Marnoux, just at Gregory North, so right bang smack in the middle of where they want to put this line through.
And has there been any consultation with you personally, your family, about the proposed transmission corridor and any money being suggested at this stage, or is it all just in the hands of the regulators at the moment?
To date, there has been, personally with us, absolutely no communication at all. There's been VFF has organised an evening in at the town hall where AEMO representatives were there and some from Vic-Rid, which we got completely no answers at all. Everyone walked out more confused. There has been an ability for us to put submissions in on our thoughts of it, but we have no answers, so it makes it very hard to put submissions in on how we feel it's going to affect us when we just know nothing at all. And this submission period has been extended thanks to the VFF, but just the contempt and the lack of information that we're being given is just, it's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, you've used that word contempt. We've heard another local family group down in the south of Victoria saying they also felt like they'd been treated with utter contempt and disrespect with this concept that we'll put all these renewables in and the transmission lines will just have to go over people's farms. Is that the feeling in the St Arnaud district?
Oh, most definitely. People just at the point now, they just don't want it all, and it has only been just in the last day or so. There's been some electrical engineers that have viewed this and viewed AEMO's the way they think this is going to work, and they reckon this could be a monumental mistake. So I sort of don't understand why me, my community, my family need to be in the line of a potential monumental mistake.
And also, there was talk at one stage, I don't know, it sounds nice. I think the member for Ballarat, now the National Transport Minister, Catherine King, had talked about possibly undergrounding some of these projects, but that'd be incredibly expensive, and often these projects want to do it the cheapest possible way.
That's probably the main reason why. Undergrounding, that's an option. I'd prefer them to look into that. Like I sort of like my views. I've got views of the St Arnaud Hills, the Bellangham Hills, and even down to the Grampians. And if this were to go ahead, it would completely ruin the view from my farm and many others as well. Undergrounding should be an option. It should be put on the table. And if it costs more, well, so be it. There's plenty of money being spent down the city. I think it's probably time we get a bit of that up here too.
Well, that's a fair point you make. Now, you mentioned there was a meeting recently coordinated by the Victorian Farmers Federation about this. Is there another meeting you're having with the local community about this particular project?
There is, Ricky. On Monday at 3 p.m. at St Arnaud Town Hall, there'll be another meeting. We will have representatives from AEMO, so it's a Q&A from AEMO and Transgrid. So hopefully we can try and get some more answers out of them, because to date it's been pretty ordinary, really.
Now, if we just come back to this initial point about this, if it is an above-ground power line going through your farm, what do you, not only there's the visual amenity you've talked about that you'll lose, but what impact would it have on your farming operation and even, say, firefighting and preventing fires?
That's one of the biggest issues we have is we don't actually know. A lot of these questions we have put to them before, and they dodge them and they go around, and we can't actually get proper answers out of them. From what I understand, it's going to have pretty detrimental effects on how we farm. And particularly myself as being a younger farmer, I'd like to embrace new technology, and we don't know what effect that's going to have on emerging technology as far as drones and how we can farm. At the moment, we can understand it will have pretty big effects on large easements on ground that we can and can't use. And then the emerging technologies, we just don't know where that's going to end up.
Now, I just wonder, have you had any contact with the Australian Energy Infrastructure Commissioner? This guy was initially called the Wind Farm Commissioner, but he's had his role extended to giving an independent umpire sort of view on these projects. He has mentioned the VNI West project before. Has he been involved so far?
Not to my knowledge. I haven't sort of looked into enough, but not to my knowledge he hasn't. But I'd welcome anyone else to come in with an independent view of this and try and straighten this out and tell the AEMO and the Victorian government that, well, maybe this is not the best option. We need to do, if we're going to spend money on projects like this, we need to do them properly. We just can't have big lemons running straight through our property.
Now, I'll get you to mention that date and time and place of that meeting, but that website, aiec.gov.au, the Energy Infrastructure Commissioner, might be somewhere you turn if you're concerned about this topic. But just tell us when this information meeting is again at St Arnaud.
the information setting, it will be at the St Arnaud Town Hall on Monday the 17th at 3 p.m. So we encourage everyone that's so concerned in this and to come along and voice your opinions and have a say and listen to what AEMO and the transcript have to say.
Jason Barrett is a local farmer affected by this project. There'll be that meeting at St Arnaud. Thanks so much for speaking with us today, Jason.
Thanks very much.